Hey everyone, how's it going? Five Finger Shuffle back here with another video. And today we are going to do the video that's probably been the most requested in my The Best series. We've gone through 7 of the 4-star units already. This is the 8th in the series. And today we're going to talk about the Magic Girls. So for those of you that haven't watched any of the videos in the Best series before, we basically go through every unit in the family and we talk about which one we think is the best and which one you should consider building and saving your skill ups for. Also, we show you some gameplay, where to use them, and also how to gear them as well. So first up on the list, we're going to start with the light one, Haruko. She was actually, you could get her from the 5v5 reward when these units first came out. I didn't do enough 5v5 to get her, but let's go through her skills. First skill, Passion, flings a ball of magic, damaging the enemy target from a distance. Every 6 attacks, the skill fires a beam of magic, which deals damage that ignores defense. Second is Ribbon Lash, whips a ribbon of energy forward 3 times. Each ribbon damages enemies in a line, ignoring shields. If an enemy is struck by all 3 ribbons, the last one is a guaranteed crit. Then Ray of Justice fires a beam of pure light from her wand. The beam damages enemies while it travels and then explodes, damaging enemies caught in the blast. The explosion removes 2 buffs and blocks further buffs. And then Inspire blesses all allies with inspiring magic, instantly refreshes all of her skill cooldowns and lowers the skill cooldowns of affected allies. This blessing also raises attack. So she's a little bit of an odd unit, to be honest. You can see she's a mage class, so she's supposed to be a damage dealer, but she also raises attack and strips and blocks buffs. She's kind of underwhelming in my opinion in terms of being a damage dealer. I don't really know where you would use her. I don't know anybody that's currently using her. Maybe she would be good in the she probably would be good in co-op against the dark boss, because she does raise attack and she has some multi-hit skills here, and with the ignore defense and stuff like that, she might be good against the dark boss for co-op. But other than that, I don't really see much of a use for her. Next up, we are going to move over to the nature one. Where is she? Here, actually, Hoshi. There we go. So Hoshi is also mage class, but her kit is a lot different. So the first one, Magic Wand, flings a ball of magic, damaging the target enemy from a distance. Every 5 seconds, the next attack is empowered, firing a beam of magic, which damages and inflicts ongoing damage on enemies in a line. So that's pretty nice. That first skill, ongoing damage, that'll be good for bosses. Second skill, Ribbon Whip, whips a ribbon of energy forward 3 times. Each ribbon damages enemies in a line and lowers defense. If an enemy is struck by all 3 ribbons, the last one blocks buffs. So she still has the buff block, but she also has a defense break, which is really nice. Ray of Justice then fires a beam of pure light from her wand. The beam damages enemies while it travels and then explodes, damaging enemies caught in the blast. The explosion removes 2 buffs and blocks buffs. So this is basically the same as the light one. And then Inspire is the same as the light one as well. Blesses all allies with inspiring magic, instantly refreshes all of her skill cooldowns and lowers skill cooldowns of affected allies. This blessing also raises attack. So a lot of people have been saying how they really want a pirate because they have the attack buff and defense break. Basically, Hoshi is another version of a pirate because she has the defense break on her Ribbon Whip, and then she has a raise attack on Inspire. Plus she has the strip, the buff block. She could be really good for ascended floors, for speed runs, for potentially co-op, maybe. She has a lot of uses. I really like Hoshi. I have not built her yet, but she's on my list of things to build. The reason I haven't built her yet is because I'm saving my skill ups for the dark one when I eventually get the dark one. But once I have enough, I will start in on Hoshi right away. I basically don't want to use her until she's max skilled. Now let's move over to probably the third best one. I've done a video on her before when she first came out and how incredibly strong she is. But Katsuko, the fire magical girl, she's ridiculously strong. She has the same first skill as the nature one with the ongoing damage. But then the rest of her skills are different. So the ribbon volley whips a ribbon of energy forward 3 times. Each ribbon damages enemies in a line and slows. If an enemy is struck by all 3 ribbons, the last one stuns. So slow and stun, really strong, can be good for PvP. Also is really good for blitz. So if you're looking for a blitz unit, that slow and stun is crazy strong. Then Healing Circle summons a magical circle that heals and raises defense of all allies within bounds. Healing is based on caster's max HP, so you want to build her with a ton of HP because that will improve her heal. And then you added that the defense buff, which there's very few defense buffers in this game, and the defense buff is 70% defense buff, so crazy strong in this game. You really want to have a defense buff on your team if you're having trouble surviving. So again, the heal and the defense buff for Blitz is really strong. She's also great for co-op. She's also good in Ascended floors if you need a fire healer and defense buffer. The only downfall to her is that her radius of her defense buff is somewhat small, so you do have to keep her close to your other units. So either things where you're manualing or when you're putting your units in order, put her in the middle. That way she will defense buff everybody. And then finally, Queen of Hearts blesses all allies with protective magic, absorbing incoming attacks, reduces all damage dealt to affected allies. At the end of its duration, the spell unleashes this energy, dealing damage proportional to the damage absorbed to all enemies near the affected ally. So basically what that means is that she does damage reduction as well. So she has damage reduction plus defense buff plus heal plus slow and stun. If she's landing her skills, then she's going to be crazy strong. I will show you my gear on her. Actually, let's show you that now, just so I don't forget. I know I always seem to forget the gear. So here's my Katsuko gear. She has 80k HP with 1200 defense and 55 accuracy. The accuracy is super important. You gotta land all this stuff, right? You want the ongoing damage, the slow, and the stun all to land. These two skills don't need accuracy, but the ongoing damage, the slow, and the stun are gonna be super important. And so you want accuracy on her. So with that being said, I got good accuracy substats, and I went HP, HP, HP. You can see she's on Adept Sturdy. Here's the Sturdy gear. That's why she has such good defense as well. So with 80k HP and 1200 defense, she's not dying anytime soon. Plus she's got a lot of accuracy. If I was using her on arena defense, I would raise her resistance a little bit, but I'm not, so I don't really care too much about resistance. But yeah, so this is a pretty solid build, I think, for Katsuko. You probably won't see too many stronger than this. So these are probably the stats that you should aim for. Next up on the list, we have to go back here because sadly I don't have her yet. My most wanted Dark Champion and the only Light Dark 3-star that I do not have is Yua. So if you guys watched my top 5 healers video, she was number 3 in the top 5 healers video, and she was there for a reason. I won't go too in depth on her just because of how strong she is. In terms of gear, she can be geared the same as the water one, and we'll go over the water one in a minute, so I'm not going to go over that. But the first skill damages target enemy from a distance, becomes empowered every 5 seconds, causing the next attack to deal damage to enemies in a line. But she has this passive skill: if an ally takes lethal damage, prevents death, and sets their HP to a portion of their max HP, this effect can occur once every 60 seconds. So that means once a minute, she can, even if you one-shot somebody, she will stop them from dying. If you've been playing Arena in the current meta, you know how hard it is to fight the Violet Magical Girl Arena defenses, because you finally kill somebody, but then this passive kicks in and saves them, and then they heal right away. So next up, Ribbon Lash whips a ribbon of energy forward 3 times. Each ribbon damages enemies in a line, ignoring shields. If an enemy is struck by all 3 ribbons, the last one is a guaranteed crit. This skill is not that great. It's okay for co-op because it is a triple hit. It doesn't really do all that much. If you are up against a shield team, obviously that might help, but you're not building her for damage anyway, so it's not really the best skill. But the next 2 skills do make up for it. Healing Circle summons a magic circle that heals and raises defense of all allies within bounds. So this is the exact same as the fire one. Insanely strong skill. That defense buff and heal is amazing. Again, it's on her HP, so you want her built with high HP. And then Queen of Hearts. This is the this one the Fire Magical Girl doesn't have. Blesses all allies with protective magic, absorbing incoming attacks. Oh no, sorry. My bad. This is the same one. So this is the skill that the Fire Magical Girl does have, the damage reduction, and then she also has the death prevention, and she has the defense buff, and she has the heal. So this Ribbon Lash is kind of a useless skill, but the other 3 skills are insanely strong, and that's why she is number 3 on that best healers in the game list. And unfortunately, she's only number 2 in her family, which brings us to the Water Magical Girl. So Yoko, I don't know how to properly pronounce her name, so that's how we're going to pronounce it. But Yoko is a beast. Again, so you want Adept on her. Let's go over her skills first, and then we'll talk about why I geared her the way I did, and we'll show you some gameplay. First skill is the same as the dark one, so she has the death prevention. The third skill, Cleansing Circle, does not have a defense buff, so this one is actually debatably worse than the dark one. She doesn't have a defense buff, but the trade-off for that is she has a cleanse, so she will remove all debuffs. So kind of like Violet, the fact that she can remove all debuffs is amazing. So if your defense broken, she'll cleanse that. If you are stunned, she'll unstun you. Amazing. And the ultimate is the same as the others, Queen of Hearts, with the damage reduction. What makes her different is this Ribbon Whip. Whips a ribbon of energy forward 3 times. Each ribbon damages enemies in a line and lowers defense. If an enemy is struck by all 3 ribbons, the last one blocks buffs. So that defense buff is the same as the nature one. You can see I have her max skilled as well. But the defense buff now, on top of all this other stuff, plus the fact that her base stats are going to be better because she's a 4-star, is pretty crazy. So she has death prevention, she has damage reduction, she has a cleanse, a heal, plus a defense buff and a block buff. She's just crazy overpowered. I went into that again in detail. If you want more detail on why I think she's overpowered, you can take a look at my top healers video, because she was the top on that list. So here are the stats on her. She has 85k HP with 900 defense. So a little lower defense because I sacrificed defense to get more resistance on her. So she has 89% resistance. The reason for this is because I run her on my arena defense, and that's just how I'm building her for arena defense. I want her super tanky, and I want her to have high resistance so she can't get stunned, because if she gets stunned, then she can't cleanse, which means my whole team's dead. What I would do, so I was telling somebody this earlier. Somebody in the last video asked me if I would consider building 2 of the same unit, and Yoko is one of the few units that I would build 2 of. I would build 2 of her because I want to build another one. I haven't pulled her yet, but if I pull another one, I'm going to build her more for co-op and for PvP because of that defense break. So I would change the build a little bit. I would go higher defense and higher accuracy for that build, so that I land the defense break and the buff block. So it kind of depends what you're using her for most. I will definitely, when I get her, I'll show you guys that build as well. But for Arena, I just want a crazy amount of HP with high resistance. Those are really the two things I was focused on. Getting the accuracy was a bonus. It's only 23%, so she won't land defense break a lot. But I do currently have Camille on my defense, and he has a defense break as well. So that is it for... Actually, let me show you her gear first. Where'd she go? So she is on Adept Warding. Warding for the resistance. So HP with a flat HP substat as well as accuracy and resistance. Then HP with attack speed and resistance. Resistance and HP and defense. Then HP with resistance, defense, and attack speed. Move speed, accuracy, and HP with a little bit of resistance. I wish that I would love to have switched that last roll from move speed over to resistance, but either way, this is a really nice piece of gear. And then finally, HP with resistance and move speed. So the move speed is actually not reflected on the stats I showed you, but you can see 11% here. I thought there was more. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it was attack speed. And 10% here. So at least 21% move speed. That will help in co-op, help you move around. So I have been using her in Legendary co-op anyway, even though she's not on a co-op build. But given over time, we will get to that. Hopefully we get another one. So really quick now, let's jump into some uses here. So we're just going to look at the top 5 arena defenses. Magic Girl, both the water and the dark Magic Girl. Then Lynx, water Magic Girl. Oops, wrong one. This is Steve at number 4, but he is the water Magic Girl as well. Monobrow, water Magic Girl, and Xerxes, water Magic Girl. So if you're not noticing a theme, here, we can keep going for a little bit. Water Magic Girl at number 6. Water Magic Girl at number 7. I'm number 8. I have the Water Magic Girl on mine. Valley has both the water and dark at number 9. D-Subs at number 10. I don't even know how far down we would have to go before we see one without a Water Magic Girl in it. But as you can see, this is Sunday afternoon. Oh, there we go. Corrupted Cat is the first one at number 13 without a water magical girl on the defense. So all of the top 12 players in the game have the water magical girl on their defense. That's how strong she is. Let's see if we have any... Unfortunately, we don't have any defenses we can revenge, but I was going to show you guys kind of what it looks like. I'm saving these for during rush to attack, so I'm not going to attack them now. But they both have... You've already seen Vidcores, but they both have magical girls on their defenses as well. So what we will jump into is some ascended floors. So the nice thing about having a magical girl, so this is Elder Drake 11. The nice thing about having a magical girl on your ascended floors is that death prevention and the damage reduction. So we all know how much crazy damage they do in the bosses do in ascended floors. So this is going to help mitigate that. This run's going to be pretty long, so you guys probably don't need to see the Steel Widow one, but maybe we'll run it anyway just in case. But yeah, all in all, she is one of the top units in the game, if not the top unit in the game right now. I'm sure there will be some meta changing coming with the upcoming update, but as of right now, if you have the Water Magic Girl, show her some love. She is only a 4-star, and she has 3-star counterparts, so she's easy to skill up. Both her and the Dark one, I realize I'm really praising the Water one and not as much the Dark one, but they're both really, really close in ability. I probably want the Dark Magic Girl more than any of the LD 4-stars, to be honest with you. Maybe Sharma, but I think the Dark Magical Girl is more important. I would love a Sharma, don't get me wrong, but I think in terms of importance, the Dark Magical Girl is probably more important. The only reason I think I would even say I would want the Sharma more is just because he's harder to get. So I'm sure eventually I will get the Dark Magical Girl, but the Sharma I'm not sure about. So we're on to the boss now, and let's watch how little damage our team takes on these skills. So here comes his first big breath. Didn't even take a chunk out of us. And he's coming down on us pretty hard. We don't even have a shield, and he's not even touching our team at all. We're already past half health. He's gonna fly soon. This isn't a pre-flight team. This is just a safe, kind of grinded out team. But we got him down pretty far. We got him down to like, whatever, 10-15% health left. So now it's basically just waiting for him to land, and then we can finish the job. So we're not going to bother going over the other floors, because you just have to watch, or we're not going to bother going over Steel Widow, because you're basically just watching how people don't die. She's not that exciting of a unit to watch, but she gets the job done if she's in your team. Definitely build her, show her some love. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If it did help you out and gave you some ideas, don't forget to hit that like button. Also send it to your friends and subscribe. We did reach 500 subscribers here on YouTube, so thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate that. Next up is 1,000. We're also pushing toward 1,000 on the Twitch channel as well, so don't forget to go follow there, twitch.tv/5fingershuffle. And thanks for watching, guys. Actually, I'll show you this real quick. There you go. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.